Hello, welcome to Premier Football Chat. Hope you're all good. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're just going to drop a review on the games that have taken place over the weekend. Let's get straight into it, starting off with the Merseyside derby. So it finished Liverpool 2, Everton 0, but that doesn't tell the whole of the story. I thought Liverpool weren't really at the races, but they got the job done and they got the win, and that's what you need on derby day. Just get the 3 points. That's the main thing. And the Merseyside derbies always tend to be a bit scrappy. I thought Everton played better than what I expected. To be honest, I thought they'd roll over. I did say Liverpool would win, but yeah, Everton played better than what I thought. And going into this game, they had the best chance in the first half with a header from Dominic Calvert-Lewin very early on. And then Liverpool had a few counter-attacks, but they got cut out by Onana and Ashley Young. Ashley Young had a key role in this game because he ended up getting sent off in the first half for two bookable offences. It's the second one that people are saying that's controversial and that the referee could have just let that go, maybe just a foul. But because sometimes you'll get that in games where the referee will give him a warning, and obviously it's a derby as well, so they might show a bit of leniency more often than not, but not in this case for Ashley Young. And yeah, he's 38 years old, and he's playing right back as well, and it's never easy playing right back in the Premier League. I think it's probably one of the hardest positions to play because you've got to attack, you've got to attack during the attack and you've got to defend as well. And then nowadays you've got to invert sometimes as well. And yeah, you're up against top players as well on the left-hand side of the opposition. For example, you've got Martinelli, who plays on the left at Arsenal. You've got Doku at City, and Jack Grealish as well. And also you got in this game Luis Diaz. So yeah, he's 38 years old as well, and he's playing against these top wingers week in, week out. It's not easy. Liverpool scored from the penalty spot in the second half. It was deemed to be a handball, and then the referee went to VAR, but yeah, it was a penalty. And yeah, Mo Salah scored. And then on the counter-attack for Liverpool, they managed to make it 2-0. Darwin Núñez played in Mo Salah. Everton were trying to push for that equaliser, but then got caught out, and it was 2-0. Yeah, for me, Kanate should have been sent off for a second bookable offence. He stopped Everton from counter-attacking, and that's what I was saying earlier as well. Like, sometimes referees are a bit lenient and sometimes they're not, and yeah, they're just not consistent enough. And yeah, we'll go into some of the games that took place at 3 o'clock. Let's get right into it. Newcastle, they got a 4-0 win. Josh Murphy, he's done really well. He's got a goal and then 2 assists in that game. I thought Newcastle would win that game 3-0, but they got 4. But yeah, they're going really well. 5 home league wins in a row since losing to Liverpool when they had 10 men. Liverpool, that is. And yeah, so they're going really well, and they're just on the coattails of Aston Villa now, 3 points behind them. And yeah, Newcastle have a big game against Dortmund as well coming up tomorrow night in the Champions League. And yeah, they're going quite well as well. And yeah, all on to the game between Nottingham Forest and Luton. So Nottingham Forest went 2-0 up. Chris Wood also got in on the goals as well. And you're thinking, yeah, Forest are going to go on to win this game now. And then it got to around I think it was 82nd minute, and Luton scored a goal from a free kick. It was very tight. It went to VAR, but it was deemed to be just onside. And then in stoppage time, Adebayo scored a good goal as well. So yeah, he just out-muscled Joe Worrell, and then scored to put good finish as well to put Luton back on level terms. So that's a good point for Luton, 2-0 down away from home and getting a point. I think Luton are playing a bit better than what I expected as well, to be honest. I've been a little bit critical of them and the promoted teams, but they've sort of separated themselves from the other two in terms of their performances. Even though they haven't got the quality in terms of personnel, they are putting in the effort, they are playing as a team. They haven't really played that bad, to be honest, in any of the games so far. There are games where they should have picked up more points, potentially, maybe against Tottenham, when Tottenham went to 10 men, and also Wolves as well. I feel they got to take full advantage of those situations. But yeah, they've done really well to get a point. And Nottingham Forest, man, they're dropping the points again against another promoted team, dropped points against Burnley as well, and they didn't play that well. So yeah, they've got to be a little bit careful. And then, yeah, moving on to Bournemouth against Wolves. So that one finished 2-1 to Wolves. Wolves got the away win. And yeah, it was 1-1. Solanke scored first, and then Cunha scored as well, and then Lewis Cook, I don't know what he was doing, man. Like, Chan tried to wind him up, and it was obvious that he'd done that. And then Lewis Cook stuck his head in, and then Chan went down like he'd been shot. But yeah, it was obvious that he was going to do that. You can't put your head into someone like that. It's just careless. And then they've gone on conceded a sloppy goal as well right at the end to make it 2-1 to Wolves. And yeah, we'll move on to Brentford as well. They got a big win against Burnley. Burnley weren't at it at all. They're not playing that well. I've always said it on this channel as well, and even before I started the channel, I said I'm not judging Burnley until I see them in the Premier League, because last season the Championship wasn't as strong as what it is now. And yeah, so I need to see what they're doing in the Premier League, and they can't get away with playing the way they play in the Premier League because there's just so much quality in the Premier League. So yeah, Brentford scored a couple of bangers, and Bono scored a really good goal, rifled it into the top corner. Nice 3-0 win. And yeah, Brentford doing really well at home, and I give them credit because obviously they conceded 2 late injury time goals against Manchester United when they were 1-0 up, and also they lost Ivan Toney from the gambling ban, and also David Raya, their goalkeeper from last season, has gone to Arsenal. So they've done really well for me. They're doing well. They're scoring quite a few goals at home as well. And yeah, we'll move on to the Saturday evening game. That was a really good game between Chelsea and Arsenal. I felt Chelsea deserved to win the game, to be honest. Like, they played really well. It's the best I've seen them play under Pochettino. And yeah, they were just really good. They had a lot of pace. Sterling was causing Zinchenko a lot of problems, and he ended up getting hooked, Zinchenko, at half time. And then yeah, Sterling went on to the other side. He also wanted that penalty as well. So Saliba stuck his hand out. I don't know what. Yeah, his arm were up here. He didn't need to be up there. Not in the modern game. So for me, it was a penalty. And yeah, it was headed onto his arm. But yeah, I think you can't put your hand up like that in the modern game now. Cole Palmer took the penalty, scored the goal. And that was the first goal Arsenal conceded away from home in the Premier League. And yeah, they went 2-0 up after a cross from Mudryk, who was aiming for Sterling, managed to lob David Raya. And when it's going against you like that, it really is going against you. He's been under a lot of criticism from his performance against Man City, also against like Tottenham as well. So yeah, it's going against David Raya, so he ended up getting lobbed. And yeah, it was 2-0, Chelsea in control. And then the managers ended up taking off the likes of Mudryk, who was playing well. Sterling, he was playing really well as well. And Cole Palmer. And Sanchez for Chelsea, he just started, I don't know what, his head had gone. The game's 2-0 up, you're in control, and then he started flapping at crosses, taking out his own team players. I can remember when there was a stoppage in play when Sanchez took out his team player, and Thiago Silva's telling him to just calm down, relax. But he just didn't. He ended up trying to pass the ball out to Conor Gallagher. To me, at first, I thought it was more... I think they're both to blame. At first, I thought it was solely Sanchez, but Conor Gallagher, you got to be a bit quicker. Declan Rice was just straight into there, stepped in, and then scored first time finish. Good goal as well. Not as easy as it looked. And yeah, they managed to get a equaliser. So Saka, who didn't do anything in the game, he was really poor. But he got an assist, and yeah, you got to give him credit. Crossed it into Trossard, and I thought like when he came on for Martinelli, he changed the game, and he scored to make it 2-2. And Arsenal were trying to press for that winner. So yeah, 2-point shot for Chelsea. Moving on to the Saturday night game, that was between Sheffield United and Manchester United. Manchester United were a bit poor, to be honest. Like I said Manchester United would win this game. I think I said 1-0 or 2-0. But I didn't. Yeah, Man United, I knew they'd struggle. I said they're going to struggle in this game because they just don't control games anymore. Like, they've not got that ability to control the game. And even though Sheffield United had 1 point from a possible and lost 7 games going into the game, yeah, I knew Man United wouldn't control it. And yeah, Sheffield United had a few chances. I think it was might have been Ollie McBurney who had a shot, and he should have just buried it, but he didn't. And yeah, Man United had a makeshift back four of Harry Maguire and also Johnny Evans, and then they had Lindelof at left back, Dalot at right back. And if you think about it, if they play Man City next week in the derby, and that's their back four, and against Haaland and the likes of Foden, then they'll struggle. But I saw Rafa Varane, he came back from injury towards the end of the game. And yeah, Manchester United scored through Scott McTominay. He managed to chest the ball up and then slot it home, took a deflection. And then Sheffield United got a penalty. Who's it who handballed? Oh, Scott McTominay. So yeah, the ball was quite far away, so and he slightly moved his arm out. So yeah, it was handball. Matt Burney scored the penalty. And Anna was a little bit better, over dramatic in some of the saves. But I was reading a stat actually, and he's got the fourth highest save percentage in the Premier League, Andre Onana. So that's surprised me. Yeah, Man United got a winner through Diego Della, curled it into the top corner. Fotheringham for Sheffield United managed to get hands to it, but yeah, it was a lovely goal. That it was a good finish. And yeah, Manchester City, they beat Brighton. So yeah, Haaland scored in this game as well. So he managed to score first time in a little while for him by his standards. And yeah, he's still top goal scorer, 9 goals. And yeah, City went 2-0 up. Alvarez scored as well earlier in the 7th minute. But yeah, Brighton managed to get one back, and then Akanji got sent off right at the end, so he's going to miss the Manchester derby. He looked a bit shaky, to be honest, in that game for me, like from what I saw in the highlights. So yeah, I feel like Man City aren't quite there at the moment in terms of their expectations, but obviously they've won the treble and they are a good team and they're still getting results. I think they've just lost the 2 games so far, but yeah, big game against Manchester United at the weekend coming up. And yeah, I've done a poll as well on my community page asking who do you think is going to win that game. So yeah, please chip in on that one. And yeah, we'll move on to the game on Sunday. Aston Villa against West Ham. Aston Villa won that game 4-1. I thought West Ham played quite well in the game. Douglas Luiz, he was really good. He scored 6 home games in a row now for Aston Villa. For a holding midfielder, that's exceptional. And yeah, he scored a penalty as well. Ollie Watkins, for me, brilliant goal. He's the man of the moment at the minute in terms of stepping up and being that potential backup towards Harry Kane. We've not really had a consistent backup to Harry Kane for a while. But yeah, he's a lovely step over and then he slammed it home to make it 3-1. Before that, Bowen got one back for West Ham, deflected shot. And then Leon Bailey managed to do lovely feet in the box and then just smashed it into the top corner to make it 4-1 and that put the icing on the cake. 11 straight home wins for Aston Villa. Unai Emery's firing, Aston Villa are firing, and they look like they could win the Conference League as well, and they could challenge for the top 4 as well, because they've got 19 points now, and yeah, they're looking really good. Bowen as well scored away game, and that makes him the 3rd player to score in the first 5 consecutive away games, along with Thierry Henry and Mohamed Salah. And moving on to the Monday night game, so that finished Tottenham 2, Fulham 0. Tottenham played really well, really good intricate passing as well from the likes of Maddison and Son. Richarlison could have scored as well. I think he should have scored, to be honest. And Son scored a really good goal. Managed to just curl it right into the top bins. And then, good link up with Maddison, and he scored as well to make it 2-0. And Angie's firing at the minute, and Tottenham are firing top of the league, looking really strong as well. For me, Fulham, man, they're playing out of the back. It's just terrible. It's Tim Ream and Bassey. They're cost Fulham quite a few goals this season. I think Marco Silva needs to look at that style of play because, it's all good wanting to play out the back, but they're conceding more goals than they are setting up attacks at the minute. It's getting ridiculous. They look so uncomfortable playing out the back. Like they look like they're going to concede more than create a chance from it. So that's something that he needs to look at. And also up front as well. He started Vinicius in this game, but they just don't look like they're going to score goals without Mitrovic anymore. And they got Raul Jimenez. I used to rate him so highly, but unfortunately with that head injury, he's not been the same since. So they need to sort that out as well because they could be in a bit of trouble. So that's just my review. So let me know how you thought the teams got on this week. I might drop a few more videos because there are common themes about like players playing out the back and not really being comfortable doing it, and led to a lot of them conceding goals as well this weekend, and also the handball incidents. So thank you for watching. Peace out.